Barca against PSG in the group stage of the Champions League. On paper, this feels like the final that was never played. Two giants of European football meeting before the knockout stages even begin. Let's just say the two teams have a very complicated history for several reasons. And this PSG side, well, I would say that they might be the most complete team in the world. In fact, they got more dribblers than anyone, and it's a side that executes positional play better than anyone as well. This is a team that can unbalance any opponent through movements and counter movements. Now, that doesn't mean they're untouchable. I think Barca got what it takes to get the 3 points, and there are some key tactical elements to discuss. Let's start with PSG's pressing style. Like Barca, they want the ball. They want to control possession and dominate the game. That is why PSG will press high, going man-to-man all over the pitch. That alone makes them very dangerous. If you try to play into their pressure, it usually ends badly. They want you to make mistakes in your own half, then capitalize on those mistakes. I think we all remember the final against Inter, where Dembélé never allowed the goalkeeper to breathe. He was constantly on him, forcing him to go long. This meant that Inter never got started with their build-up play. That's why Barca must think smarter. Instead of fighting PSG at their strongest point, we need to move the play into zones where their system starts to break down. This starts by stretching PSG both horizontally and vertically. There are some key steps to follow, such as Frenkie and Pedri, who must drop deeper closer to our backline. That means they will provide passing options when we're trying to play out from the back, but most importantly, they will move PSG's midfield with them. As I said, PSG like to press high. With Frenkie and Pedri dropping deeper, a gap will appear. A gap between the midfield and defense of PSG. That space right there is fundamental, but it's also something I will get back to. Now, if PSG overcommit in the middle of the pitch, simple switches to the fullback could be one way to escape their pressure, but if they don't, there's another strategy that can come into play. One I believe they won't be able to stop. There is a player that will be more important than you think, for other reasons than you would think. Lewandowski is known as one of the best goal scorers in the world, but against the PSG, his game won't be judged by the goals he scores. However, he serves a different tactical role. Our strategy should essentially be to go over their pressure, play long into Lewandowski. His performance will be defined by his ability to hold onto the ball, absorb pressure, and bring others into play. This is where the 4-2-4 comes in. Lewandowski and Dani Olmo should be the two central figures up front, with Rashford and Lamine Yamal wide. The idea is to create direct 4v4s against PSG's backline. Remember what I said about Pedri and Frenkie being deeper? Well, now Szczesny can play direct balls into Lewandowski. Lewandowski can then use his body to shield the ball and lay it off to Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo is excellent under pressure, he's good at turning and he can find solutions. What Dani Olmo should aim to do is get the ball under control and access the wide areas immediately. Both Rashford and Lamine Yamal can carry the ball at full speed and beat defenders 1v1. In the physical 4v4 situations, I rate Barca's chances highly at creating chances against PSG's defense. If Barca can consistently engineer those 4v4 situations, we can definitely hurt PSG's backline. That's also our best chance of scoring goals against them. I think we saw Chelsea take a more direct approach when they beat them in the Club World Cup final. Barca got the personnel available to do the same, and it starts with Lewandowski, but to do so we need the right build-up structure in place. PSG's midfield also struggle when they're forced to cover a lot of distances. They can't get back in time and support the defensive line. So for Barca, it's all about creating enough distance between their midfield and their defense, then taking advantage of that space. I think Lewandowski could become the key player for this game. There's a lot of randomness in football, so you never know, but with the right tactical approach, it will definitely increase our chance of getting the 3 points. Very eager to hear what you think in the comment section, so please make sure to leave a comment.